Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to being here. Thank you so much for your time, for your decision to join us here. I'm in a very weird, funky mood today. I decided to focus on earrings rather than necklaces. So I'm wearing one of my beautiful long earrings that I don't have on very often. I just, for some reason, I focus on necklaces. So today I chose a real simple little necklace, but I want my earrings to sing. Aren't they cute? I actually do have a lot of long earrings and I probably should wear them more often, but they just seem a bit over dressy, but I'm going to wear mine today. I feel good. So I'm having a cup of tea this morning, and this is another little science experiment we're going to do. I'm drinking this tea, which I bought a long time ago in, I think it was in Vienna. It was actually a mulberry tea. There was this beautiful tea shop. It had all kinds of things. And this tea, if you can see, I'm holding it close, is blue. It's a beautiful blue tea because the mulberry leaf makes it blue, and you can see on the picture. But I remember when I was in Bali, they told us that if you put lemon juice into a purple drink like this or hibiscus, it would turn it pink. So it may not work. I have no idea. I haven't done it myself yet, but I'm going to put some lemon in this drink and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Oh wow, it did work. Oh, you can probably not see it so well because you see, it's pink, purpley pink. Actually, I love adding lemon to tea in general, but that's really cool, isn't it? But anyway, I'm just showing you my colored tea today, just something a little bit different because the theme I wanted to chat with you about today is really how to find pleasure in your life. And, you know, we've got our deck of cards here that's got a beautiful card here about, embracing your sensuality. But I'm trying to find it now. But, you know, these cards are so inspirational. But this one about finding your independence is, I think, my favorite for today because it's about doing things that make you you. And for me, it's my necklaces and my earrings and fun things like that. But also, it's my my little hobbies, my little things that bring me pleasure. And that's something I wanted to talk to you about. This actually, I'll read the back of this because it's actually, I think, a really relevant card. I do these every day. They're kind of like my little meditation. But this one says, you are not lonely just because you're alone. Far from separating from the world, your independence gives you the time, freedom, and confidence to connect with the people that really matter. So, rely on yourself before all others. Only then will you be able to engage with the world on your own terms. So I think that's the secret, though, isn't it? To find things that you do that bring you pleasure, that that you can navigate in the world and not be too out there. You can blend in, but have an independent streak that is you. Now, Nicole Christina wrote this really fun article about how the intermittent pleasure practice can help you find happiness and meaning in your life and find calm. And she made it out, basically, the IPP, she calls it, Intermittent Pleasure Practice. And this is where you do things that just make you feel good for that moment, like just take a little thing and make it bigger. Like my earring. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so excited about my earrings this morning, but it's just, putting on something that is just, oh, I don't know. It's just a little pleasure principle. Makes me feel good. And for her, she does a few things that might resonate with you, but maybe you've got your own things. And I'd love to just take a moment today to talk about that, about pleasure principle, things that you do that help you to be an independent woman filled with pleasure, doing the things that you love. So she says, how do you deal with boring daily tasks? Well, we've all got to do them, right? Clean up the house, do the floor, mop the floor, do the dishes. How do you make that into a pleasure principle? Well, one thing, you could pick up a card and you could just read it randomly. You could pick up, here we go, let me find one. Embrace kindness. Now there's a thought for the day. But you could do stuff like that, just stop. Sit down with a cup of tea or coffee, leave the broom, the mop, and just do one little thing. Pick up knitting. She knits. Nicole Christina knits. So just pick up your knitting and knit 2 rows. Just close your eyes and if you can, just knit or just knit gently, thinking about something that's soothing and calming. If you're in the middle of doing the dinner or sorting the mail or just something really routine, just maybe take a little teeny bit of chocolate and sit down with a cup of tea or coffee and enjoy it. Don't think about anything else. Just focus on pleasure and what makes you feel good. And she says you can do this with boring tasks of all kinds, and just do them in small quantities so that you just doesn't sort of interfere with the task. Like you're not taking hours out of the day. You're just doing simple things. She's knitting a shawl, apparently, a coral colored shawl, which I'd love to see because it's my favorite color. But she says, vibrant color too. Just pick up some wool that's a vibrant color. Even just silly things. Like I always buy, this is going to sound ridiculous. I buy sponges, little kitchen sponges from a place where I can get, they come in turquoise and green, like a lime green, not just blue like the normal ones. I look for color and just bring that little bit of silly color into your life. Another thing is to bring creativity into your life. Do something creative. If it's not knitting, what could it be? I mean, it could be something like painting, coloring. It could be quilting, sewing. You probably got so many things you all do. I'm listing the obvious ones. I know some of you are collectors. Here's a couple of things that I do that might make you laugh. I know you know some of these because I've shared them, but I paint rocks. My little rock. My rainbow rocks. I just paint them with Sharpie pens, cover them with nail polish. Nothing fancy. Here's another one. They're variations on a theme, you see. I repeat myself. But, just painting a little rock. And you can actually put like a message on it, like be kind or just love yourself, whatever, and leave it somewhere. Leave it in like a cafe or just on, on a bus. Just leave it for someone to find on the ground. That's one thing I do. Another thing I do is my little necklaces. And I make these little cabochons out of, they're like a little plastic resin disc. And I just put some picture behind them and put them in a little case, put a piece of black ribbon on them, and then and you wouldn't believe how many of these I've got. I've got so many because I do them just kind of for fun, and I do them to make my, like she's saying, like Nicole is saying, is my intermittent pleasure principle. I have little bits of paper. I look for cards and things that have nice designs, and then I make these little necklaces. They're really fun. And what do you do? I'd love to know what you get up to, and so we can maybe share our ideas. And as Nicole says, these are just simple things. They're not things that you have to buy a lot of equipment or, spend a ton of money. They're just accepting that you're going to introduce pleasure into your life. There's a woman, Cindy Joseph, who I interviewed. She was the very first person that I interviewed on 60andMe, and she passed away last year. She died of, I think she had cancer, but it took us all by surprise because she was such a vibrant, amazing woman. She was a model. She'd been recruited to model at age 60, and she was just remarkable. And in our interview, I remember her talking pretty much nonstop about the fact that people are pleasure based. We like to do things that bring us pleasure, that make us feel good. And she said she was going to give up her home in the East Coast and move to California, where she was just going to live in a commune with a bunch of people and focus on the pleasure principle. And I'm so glad she did that before she died, because I know that's what she wanted. But that just came into my mind. But anyway, this Nicole says it's better than Facebook, the IPP strategy that she has invented, and counterbalances all the things that drain you, all the things in this world, like this siren that's going by right now. It just soothes it, makes the edges softer. And it's just a nicer world because of that. Everybody knits. Not everybody makes little necklaces. Not everybody makes, wears earrings. But you do something that brings you pleasure. So get out there today and do something fun. Share it with us. Tell us what you're doing. How do you find ways to bring calm and passion and fun and pleasure into your life? Leave your comments in the section below. Put on your fancy earrings and go out today. Do something cool. No one's watching. No one's judging. You can do whatever you want. Be independent. Be your own beautiful, independent self. Take good care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here again, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.